Hello and welcome to the Mobile Drawing App course. I'm JJ Zanetta. Today we will explore different applications on digital platforms. The new hardware and software available to us has made it more convenient than ever to work on the go. The hardware has gotten smaller and more powerful, and the applications have gotten more sophisticated. There are a number of apps throughout different platforms, but today we'll review 3 apps: SketchBook, Trace, and Procreate. We'll use the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. Each app costs under $10. We'll review other devices for digital drawing before diving into the apps. The first app we'll review is SketchBook. It's a powerful drawing and painting app offered across all mobile platforms as well as PC and Mac desktop platforms. It has powerful tools to help assist your drawing and productivity. Okay, so it imports the file at the same pixel dimension that it was originally created in, and it's on its own layer. On the left you see the brush palette, the top you see all your tools, and on the right is the layer menu. We'll start with the brushes. What SketchBook has done is they've created brushes that mimic real tools. So you see your basic pencils, vintage markers. They have all these named after what they've created. They have a Copic marker system here, and they also have the Copic colors that we'll take a look at in a second. And each brush, you have the ability to, we're going to click settings to the right here, and we have basic settings that you could change the size and opacity of the brush, and we'll click advanced, and you see the different drop downs for pressure, and you see heavy pressure, little pressure, opacity. So all of these things are customizable so that you can create the effect that you want with your brush. And once we get into our brushes, we'll select one, and we can just hit the little pin here, and we'll pin this whole entire brush palette to the left side. And same thing if we want to use the synthetic paint brush palette. We'll just click that little pin there, and boom, they're all uploaded once again. The next app we'll review is called Trace. It's a unique app that can be used to simply sketch and mark up drawings in multiple page PDFs. It has a very specific workflow that might be perfect for your needs. Let's say we want to mark up this drawing. We have some comments on this building. So I'm just going to click this page on the right with the tab. It's a plus. And I'll create a new layer. And I'm going to zoom back out so you guys see what happened. So you see it's almost as if you taped a piece of trace over top of that. So we're going to go back in, and if we zoom out and we just touch that same layer, it zooms back to our regular, to the extents of that layer. So I'm going to take the second brush that has our dotted lines. So let's say, oh, that's much too big. So we're going to draw a dotted line around this building, just calling attention to it. And then we'll use our first pen that has a thinner, I guess that's not so thin. And I'm redoing and undoing here. But let's choose a smaller size. Test that out. That looks good. So let's just mark up that we're going to get rid of this porch here. So we're just going to draw the roof line. And we'll just say that we're just going to continue this window rhythm across. And we'll keep the same rhythm of storefronts below. Okay, so that's one layer. I'm going to zoom back out. So we could turn this on and off, checking and unchecking the eyeball. And here I just tap the 3 dots next to the layer, and these are our options to duplicate layers. You can see scale and rotate. We opened this up before to choose if we want white trace, how opaque we want the paper. So we could say, hey, this is getting a little thick here. Don't want to see any of the paper. But knowing that it'll bring you down into that extent once again if you just touch that layer. The last app we'll review is Procreate. Procreate's a powerful drawing and painting app that gives you all the flexibility and customization while keeping it simple and intuitive. It has a great set of tools to help aid your drawing skill and increase your speed. If this is our horizon, let's just touch again along the horizon. Another point, and then if we have a 3-point perspective, it'll either be below or above. But let's just use 2 for now. So what I'm going to do is press this layer and click Assist. So now I can draw to my vanishing points, and it'll also keep my verticals vertical and draw and draw. Here we go. Close our shape up. And if you wanted to get fancy, we could draw behind the transparent lines, behind where they intersect. This comes down and draw back. So now we have our box.